This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let us start. Okay, so yesterday we were discussing, we were able to define the organizational elements, right? So today we are going to do the configuration for the same. Okay, so we need to define these organizational elements in the SAP system so that we will be able to proceed for the other activities. Okay. ఆయన విలువ ఒకసారి ఈ కంప్యూటర్ అంతా ఒక పెద్దగా అయిపోయింది. Please wait a minute. Actually, the screen is very big, right? So I just want to have. ఇది స్క్రీన్ ఏంటి ఇంత పెద్దగా అయిపోయింది? దీన్ని ఏమన్నా సైజ్ తగ్గించగలవా? ఇప్పుడు ఇది సైజ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, దాన్ని కొంచెం మీడియం సైజ్ చేయమంట. ఇట్లుంటే అసలు అంత కన్ఫ్యూజన్గా ఉంది, ఎంత పెద్ద పెద్దగా ఉంటే. నార్మల్ పెట్టు, దీన్ని క్లోజ్ చేయడం. క్లోజ్ చేయ. నార్మల్ సైజ్ ఇదేనా? Okay, now it is good. Okay, so during the yesterday session we were discussing regarding the organizational elements. We were able to define the organizational elements. We also defined the coding for the same. Okay, in today's class let us start how to configure these organizational elements in SAP system. Okay, so let me get into the SAP system. I will try to open the SAP. Okay, so let me log in into the SAP system. Yesterday we have discussed how to log in into the SAP system. Also we have seen where is the place at which I will try to create a configuration. Okay, let me go to the SAP system. So I will give the user ID as Rafi and password as India123. Okay, so the size of the font is a little bit slow, little bit less. So I will try to increase the, yeah, I will try to increase the size of the font. Okay, so if you want to increase the size of the font, you can increase it over here. Okay, just go to the apply and cancel. Okay, so I will try to relog in again. So let me go to the SAP logon. Rafi India 123. Still it is slow only, small only. Let me so if you want to change the size, increase the font size, just go to the options, then select and change the font. Let me try to change it to 14. I will click on apply and I will click on OK. So now let me relog in again. So let me relog in again. I will try to go to the login screen again. SAP online server. So India 123. Okay, so now it is fine, right? Okay, so now if I wanted to do the configuration of the organizational elements, I will be getting into the one transaction called SPRO. Yesterday we discussed. So I will go to the SAP reference implementation guide and I will go to the enterprise structure. So this is the place where you need to create a configuration of the organizational elements. So I will try to expand this particular enterprise structure node and then I will go to the definition. So I will go to the definition. See here, there are various subnodes again. So financial accounting. Financial accounting is one of the place where if you want to create the finance related organizational elements. What are the finance related organizational elements? The finance related organizational elements are company, company code, and the credit control area, business area. These and all the finance related organizational elements. If you want to create finance related organizational elements, you will be creating under financial accounting node. If you want to create controlling related organizational elements like controlling area, cost centers, and the operating concern, you are going to do it under controlling. If you want to create SAP materials management related organizational elements, plant you will be creating under logistic general, and the other organizational elements like purchase organization or storage location you are going to create under materials management node. If you want to create sales and distribution related organizational elements, you will be creating under sales and distribution. So like that, we have various nodes over here under the definition where you will be creating your own organizational elements. Okay, so I just want to, normally in the real-time projects, finance related organizational elements will be created by the finance consultant, and controlling will be created by controlling, and sales and distribution will be created by sales and distribution consultant, and warehouse management will be created by warehouse management consultant. Okay, but here they will, once they created all organizational elements, they will give you a list of organizational elements that are being created. Then you will create your own SAP related organizational elements. Okay, so what I will do, I will try to start with, can we start with finance or can we directly restrict ourselves to the Why? Because finance related organizational elements is not in scope of SAP So we need to create SAP related organizational elements only. Okay, so what I will do, I will try to create SAP related organizational elements. So the first and foremost one is the plant. Plant is SAP related organizational element. Okay, we for better understanding purpose, what I will do, I will try to create FI as well, FI controlling. Then only you will get better understanding. Otherwise, it will be little bit confusing. So what I will do, I will start with the first and foremost organizational element. Company is nothing but a Tata group. Okay, so let me go to the where I will create the company. So it is a finance related organizational element. So the finance related organizational elements I will be creating under finance node. I will expand this particular financial accounting. You see over here there is one organizational element, a defined company. If you wanted to see what is the description of the company, what is the meaning of the company, you just need to click on, there is something known as a IMG activity documentation. So I just click on it over here. Then I will be able to see some details of the company. What is the meaning of the company? Okay, what actually it will do, all those things you will be able to study over here. So let me say a company is an organizational unit in accounting which represents a business organization according to the requirements of a commercial law, right? Requirements of commercial law in a particular country. Means you are doing some business in your country. If you wanted to have the legal requirements, means as per the statutory requirements or the legal requirements, you need to register that particular company as that particular business as one of the company. Like Tata Group is one company. So why? Because they are doing various types of businesses. So since because of the legal requirements, they need to generate the profit and loss statement, they need to pay the taxes, so many things will be happening, right? So that is the reason whatever may be the business they are doing, they need to register as one of the company in terms of financial accounting module. Okay, if you want to study what is company, you can study it over here by going into this particular details. Okay, but better to restrict only for you try to learn completely then go for the other modules, otherwise it will be confusing. So let us say credit control area. What is credit control area? So you can see the credit control area as well. The credit control area is an organizational unit that specifies and checks a credit limit for the customers. Every company will be doing some business and they will be giving the credit to the dealers, right? Means let us say you are manufacturing one bike in your company. I am the dealer. So you will supply the bikes to me upon some credit, like 1 crore credit or 2 crores credit. Up to 2 crores, you will be able to give the bikes on credit basis. I need to sell those bikes to the customer, collect the money, and again repay the money back to you. So that is nothing but it is a continuous cycle. You will give bikes up to some 2 crores worth on credit basis. I will be selling, I am paying the money. Again you are giving, I am selling, I am paying the money back. So like that. So it is a credit limit a company which is going to give to its customer. Like that, you need, if you want to have the understanding, you need to study what is company code, what is financial management area, what is business area, everything you can study it over here. But I need to define a company in SAP system, right? So we have defined the coding for the Tata Group as a TZ01. So I want to define this particular company. How I will define? So I will go to the define company radio button. This is nothing but the execution button. So whatever may be the alarm you are able to see, right? This will be called as the execution button. So I will just click on execute. Okay, so as per the SAP standard or best practices, what it will say, take any one of the already existing company and try to copy to your new company. Then make changes to the new company which you have created according to your requirements. Means I have taken, let us say there is one company known as a Singapore or company. I will take one of the company which is located in India. Okay, so where is one? Nothing is there in India. Nobody created. Yeah. So let us say there is Alfred Private Limited. So I will select this and I will go to the details. Okay. Let us say Amol Private Limited. I will select. I will go to the details. Okay. So this is the company that is being created for country India. I also want to create a Tata Group for India only. So what I will do, I will take one of the existing company which is nearer to the company which I am trying to create. Nearer to me means my company I am trying to going to create that is located in India. So that is the reason I am taking the one of the already existing company as a reference and I am trying to copy to my new company. So this is what SAP says. It is one of the SAP best practice. So it says select any one of the company which is already available in the system and try to take it as, you see here something known as a copy as, and you try to copy into your new company. So what is the new company coding? The new company coding which I am trying to create is TZ01. When I take any one of the existing company as a reference and try to create altogether a new company, then the new company which I am trying to create will have the details same as the reference company which I have taken, right? So I will just enter over here. See, I just created one new company that is TZ01, but it has the naming convention and all those things equals to the previous company which I have taken as a reference. So now I can save these things according to my new company or change. How I will change? I will select this particular line and I will change the company code naming as a Tata Group company. Tata Group company. Then this is the name one of the company. Every company normally in India will have its only one name, like Tata Group. But there are some companies which will have their alias names as well. Alias names are nothing but care of, like that. So if your company is having multiple names or care of something, then you just need to specify the name too as well. Care of, let us say, anything. Care of Tata, care of Tata Group. But here I am maintaining some dummy information. But in the real-time projects, you need to maintain the exact information of your company code address. So I just need to select this particular. I just maintain the company name and the name of the company too. Then I will select. I will go to the details. Not mandatory. If your company is having only one naming convention, just remove it. Not required. Okay, so company name I specified and company name too I specified. Then every company is a registered address. It will have, every company will be having a physical location. It will have their own registered address. So what is the registered address of that particular company? You need to specify it over here. So let us say it is located in MZ Road, right? What is the physical address of the company? That is MZ Road. What is the postal box? Let us say this is the postal box address. Or if the company is located in India, you just need to specify the postal box address of that particular location where your company having its registered office. Then post box number, you just mentioned the exact one. What is the city in which your company is located? Let us say it is located in Hyderabad. And what is the country? So you just need to select. The countries are by default will be available within the SAP system. Okay, so these are all the countries that are available in the SAP system. You just need to select the relevant country for your company. So my company is located in India, so I will be selecting the company as IN over here. Then what is the language key at which your company is operating? Is it operating in English or some other language? But mostly, since it is located in India, so your company will be operating as English as a primary language. Then currency. What is the operating currency of your company? Is it INR or USD or Euro or something else? So you just need to select the relevant operating currency for your company. So there are so many currencies that are available over here, and you just need to select the relevant currency. That is nothing but INR. Since your company is located within India, you need to select the relevant currency as INR. You see, INR is the relevant currency. Okay, then I will just click on save button. When I click on save button, there is one thing known as a request, nothing but a customizing request. So I want to create altogether a new customizing request. What is the purpose of this particular customizing request? The customizing request is trying to save the data which I have created. I created a new company, right? TZ01 is the new company which I have created. So whatever may be the details I have entered for the new company TZ01 will be saved under this particular transport request or the customizing request. So this particular customizing request somebody created, so it is automatically trying to save the data of the TZ01 company into that particular customizing or transporting request. But I don't want to save into this particular transport request. I want to create altogether a new transport request. How I will create? I will go to the create new transport request and I will give some short description of the company which I have created. So I will specify new company creation for Tata Group. Okay, I will save it. When I click on save button, it will automatically create altogether a new customizing request over here. It will automatically create altogether a new transporting request over here or the customizing request. So what is this particular transport request or the customizing request? So I just save it. Okay, so I just saved it. So whatever may be the configuration I did it, it is being saved under the new transport request or the customizing request. So if I wanted to see the customizing request which I have created now, I need to get into the one of the transaction code known as SC09. SC09. I will go to the SC09 and I will click on, I will select the customizing requests and I will click on display. So when I click on display, you see over here there is one transport request. So this is the transport request which I just created, right? It has the naming convention as new company creation for Tata Group. So I will expand this particular transport request. So this is the actual header level transport request. Below that there is a child level transport request which got created. So I will just again expand this particular child request. Within the, if I expand this, there is something known as IMG activity define company. That is what I did it, right? I defined the company. So I will click on again expand. I will go to the view maintenance data. So this is the table. I created one company. So whatever may be the company I created, the data will be stored in the table T880. T880 is the table for the company code related information storage. So I will just click on expand. Again, I will expand. You see over here, a company TZ01 is created by using this particular transport request. Okay, so I will go to the T880 table. Let me go to the SC16N. If you want to see the details of a table, you just need to go to the transaction code SC16N. So just enter and put the table name as T880. T880. And here you put the company which you have created. The company which I have created is TZ01. So I will just click on execute button. See, if I execute, I will be able to see the details of the company which I have created in the got updated in this particular table. So this is the company which I created, TZ01. It has a naming convention Tata Group and the country is India. So here you will be able to see the details of the company which you have created, which got saved in the table T880. Okay. Then what is the purpose of the transport request? Why I saved the any configuration if you do in SAP, and if you click on save button, it will be automatically getting saved into the transport request. It will save in the existing transport request, or if you want to save altogether a new transport request, you can create and save it into that particular new transport request. But what is the purpose of the transport request? Why a transport request is being created when I do the configuration? So it is the SAP standard functionality. You need not to do anything. You do some configuration changes and try to save it. Then it will automatically trying to save it in one of the transport or the customizing request. So what is a transport request or the customizing request, and why it is being getting saved or creating? So the purpose of the transport request is, let me go to the system. So the purpose of the transport request, let us say if here we are using only one server right here, this is the testing server which we are using for our training purpose. But if you go to the real-time projects, there will be some 6 to 8 different servers are there. Okay. Whenever I wanted to create a company code, I need to create the company code in all the 8 servers in the real-time projects. Okay, but if you are creating the same company code in all the individual servers again and again, it is a waste of time. Also, in one server you can maintain T880 naming convention as the Tata Group, but in the another server you can maintain Tata Group Private Limited. Like that, there are chances of the manual errors. Also the programmings, technical team, they will be creating so many programs. So if they wanted to do the program creation in each and every server differently, then there is a chances of mismatch between different servers. Okay, in one server I will do the program very fluently and efficiently, but I will lose the patience if I am trying to do it in the another server, so that I will do so many mistakes. So whatever may be the programs and the configurations which you are doing in your system, those configurations should be exactly sync between different servers. So there should not be any changes. So that is the reason SAP came up with one strategy, or nothing but a landscape. So if you go to the projects, real-time projects, so every project will have its own landscape. Landscape means, so I discussed there will be some 6 to 8 servers. What is the first and foremost server where I am doing the starting the activities? So the first and foremost server, I can say it is a development client. Development client or golden client. Or golden client server. So this is the one of the server which we are using. Like this, there will be multiple servers in the real-time projects. So the server number 1 is nothing but a development client or the golden client, where in which you are only doing the configuration activities. Like I just created one configuration of the company code, right? So configuration and developments means development are new programs. Let us say development team, they want to create altogether a new program, and as a functional consultant I wanted to create a configuration. Then what I will do, I will be doing the configurations on the new programs only in the development server, nothing else. In this particular development server, only the configurations and the new programs will be done. So nothing but a golden client. So how I will be identifying the golden client? I will be identifying with the D100 or D110. It is nothing but a development client. So if you see this particular system here, you are identifying this thing with Y01800, right? In the same way, if it is a development client, I will be identifying it D100 and D110, where I will be only doing the configurations. Once I completed the configurations and the development in the D100 client, there is one more client known as the A100 or the acceptance client. So in the A100 or the acceptance client, I will be doing the unit testing. Unit testing are various types of testings: integration, integration testing 1, integration testing 2. So I will be doing various types of testings over here, right? Okay, so if I wanted to perform the unit testing, integration testing, and user accept unit testing or integration testing 1 and 2, whatever may be the configurations I did it in the development client and the new programs which I have developed in the development client should also be available in this particular client, right? Before doing the testing. Okay, but how these things will be available in this client? I will be moving whatever may be the configurations and the new programs which I have developed and saved in the transport request. There is one transport request created, right? So whatever may be the programs I created are getting saved under transport request. Okay, so this particular transport request I will be moving across the acceptance client so that whatever may be the configurations or the new programs which I have done are available over here or will be copied over here. I need not to do anything manually. Instead, I will be moving the transport request or copying the transport request to the acceptance client so that whatever may be the configuration that I created also will be copied into the acceptance client. Here I will be doing the unit testing, integration testing, etc. Then you have one more client that is known as a Q100, nothing but a quality system, quality client. In the quality client, I will be performing the various types of testings, user acceptance testing. Also, if you want to perform the user acceptance testing, before starting the user acceptance testing, whatever may be the configuration that you did it here should also be available in the quality client. How these things will be available? You need to copy the transport request from here to here. Either you do the configuration individually in the system or copy the transport request. It is a SAP standard functionality. You can copy the configurations which are saved in the transport request into the quality client. Okay, but how you are copying all those things, it is not coming under your work. It will be coming under the base systems. So they will be doing, you just need to tell them, I want to move the transports or I want to copy the transport, they will do it for you. Okay, then you have one more client known as a R100. R100 is nothing but a pre-production client. So here also you are doing various types of testings like regression testing and load testing, etc. Okay, but before doing the regression testing, so whatever may be the configurations you did, those are available over here. But how these things will be available? You need to copy the transport request which you have created over here to the production system. Okay, how these things will be copying, etc. It will be taken care by the base system, not you. Okay, so that is the advantage of the transport request. I need not to create or I need not to repeat the configurations or the programs into the multiple servers. Instead, I can create them in one server, and from that particular server, I will be copying to the another servers. It is the SAP standard functionality. How I will be copying? With the help of the transport request. Okay, so this is what is transport request. Any doubts still here? Hello?
No, sir, no.
Okay, so that is the functionality of the transport request, which will be used to save the configurations and the programs which you have developed. And those programs you can copy to the subsequent clients based upon the usage of the transport request. Okay, so with this we were able to complete the organizational element company creation. Then what are the next organizational elements? The next organizational elements are, let me go to the company code. So I need to create 3 company codes as a part of my organizational structure. That is company code 1, nothing but a Tata Motors Private Limited, and the company code coding which I have given is TL01 for the Tata Motors Private Limited, and TL02 for the Tata Steel, and TL03 for the Tata project. So I need to create this organizational elements company code. So these are the finance related organizational elements. So how I will create? So before that I need to create a credit control area. So I will go to the credit control area execution. Somebody is using it. Let us say you are also trying to create credit control area. I am also trying to create. So then it will stop me. Why? Because you are already working upon that. So I will not be able to work upon that. See, like this only somebody is working upon this create credit control area, but I am trying to use it. But it is saying the data is locked by user RAM2 and can be displayed. Means I will not be able to create. That particular person should come out of this particular configuration. Then only I will be able to create the credit control area. Okay, so I will not be able to do it now. So what I will do, I will try to create a company code now. Okay, since he is working upon it, so I will not be able to create. So I will skip this and I will try to create the next organizational element company code. Okay, so I will go to the edit company code, edit copy delete check company code. I will execute it over here. If I want to create a company code, I just need to double click on check copy check delete company code. So I will just double click it over here. Now here you see there is something known as a copy organizational object. Just click on copy organizational object, and I need to take the already existing company code as a reference and create my own company code. So what is the already existing company code? I will click on F4. I will click on over here so that I will be able to see the already available company codes. Okay, so what is the already available company codes? I will try to take IN47. See, IN47 is the somebody created company code. So I will just select the already created IN47 company code, and I will try to create, and I will try to copy this to my company codes which I am trying to create. What is the company code 1? I am trying to create TL01. I am taking IN47 as a reference and trying to create IL01. So I will input IL01 over here and I will click on enter. Just put the enter button, that's it. It will automatically copy IN47 to TL01. You just need to put the enter button, it will automatically take. Okay, now it is processing the copy functionality of IN47 to the TL01. So whatever may be the backend tables that are there, those backend tables are getting copied to the new company code which I am trying to create. It is copying now. Okay, so now I am able to copy. So the same configuration is again saving in the transport request which I have created, right? By default, it is getting saved under the transport request. So I am able to create a company code TL01. I will also try to create TL02 and TL03. I will take TL01 as a reference and I will try to create TL02. I will just click on enter button. The best practice is take any one of the existing company and copy to your new company and make changes to your new company according to your requirement. So that is the best practice. By that way, whatever may be the backend tables that are there, those backend tables will be getting updated properly. Otherwise, there will be an inconsistency. So follow what SAP says, then it will be good. Okay, so the new company code TL02 is now created and I will try to create TL03 as well. Okay, so TL02 is now created. TL01 and TL02 is created. Then I will try to create TL03 as well. System is quite slow today. Otherwise, we should have done it by now. Okay, so we were able to create TL01, TL02 and TL03 as a company code. So I will now go back. Okay, so we were able to create TL01, TL02 and TL03. Now what is the next organizational element? The next organizational element in FI is credit control area. So I need to define the credit control area CCA1. So where I will define, I will go to the define credit control area. So now that particular fellow is come out of the configuration. So that is the reason it is allowing me to create now. So I will take any one of the credit control area as a reference. I will select and I will copy as. And what is the credit control area coding? CCA1. CCA1 is the credit control area coding and operating currency is INR. So I will just click on credit control area is nothing but the credit limit that a company is going to give it to its customers. So the credit limit I can specify it as, let us say 50 lakhs or 1 crore. I will just click on enter button. It is already there. So the credit control area CCA1 is already available. So I will change the coding. It is also there. So I will put CCA9. So CCA9 is the credit control area coding. I am trying to do it. So I will just save it again. So credit control area for Tata Group. So I can change the naming convention. So I just save it. See the same thing. The configuration is again getting saved under the same transport request. If I wanted to save this particular configuration to altogether a new transport request, I will click on create request. Again, credit control area configuration for Tata Group. So I can create altogether a new transport request or the customizing request as well for the credit control area related configuration. Now what is the next organizational element? The next organizational element is business area. So where I will define the business area, I will go to the define business area and I will select any one of the business area as a reference. Okay, I will select any one of the business area, I will copy as. So what is the business area coding? That is BU01, right? So I will put BU01 and I will change the naming convention as business area for Tata Group. I can save it. So BU01 also now created. What is next? Finance functional area. So where I will define the functional area, I will go to the define functional area. Okay, so this functional area node is not working. It is saying this view is absolute. Use transaction code fm_function instead of creating the business area functional area by using this particular node. It is saying use altogether a new transaction code fm_function. So I want to go to the fm_function transaction code to create the business area. So functional area, not business area. Let us say I want to create a functional area FU01. So I will put FU01 and I will see here there is something known as a create functional area. And I will give the naming convention of the functional area. What is the functional area naming convention? Functional area for Tata Group. Area Tata Group I can give. And what is the validity date? What is the date from which this particular functional area will be active? So you just need to specify today's date and till what date it is valid. It is valid till 31/12/2099, 2030. So just save it. So the functional area FU01 has been now created. Okay, then what is consolidation business area? The next organizational element is consolidation business area. See, maintain consolidation business area. So I will take any one of the consolidation business area. I will copy as. So what is consolidation business area? The consolidation business area coding is CB01. So I will put CB01. These and all finance related organizational elements. Only finance consultant will be doing it. But just for your understanding purpose, I am trying to create these things as well. So consolidation business area for Tata Group. So I just created the consolidation business area. Now financial management area. Where I will go to the maintain financial management area and I will select any one of the financial area and I will try to create my financial management area as FM01. And financial management area for Tata Group. And what is the operating currency? That is INR. An entry already existed. Okay. So I will put FM09 and I will save it. Okay, I will put FM09 over here as a financial management area. Then segment and profit center we can define later. Now it is not required. So I'm keeping these things as pending. Then there is one more organizational element known as chart of accounts. Okay, so where you are going to define the chart of accounts? Chart of accounts you are going to define under altogether a separate place. Where you are going to define the chart of accounts? So the chart of accounts you are going to define under financial accounting. You see there is something known as the financial accounting. Just expand this. Then go to the general ledger accounting and go to the GL accounts, master data, preparations. See here there is something known as the edit chart of accounts. So just go to the edit chart of accounts, select any one of the chart of accounts and copy it as. So the chart of accounts coding is CH10. So just put CH10 and define the chart of accounts for Tata Group. For Tata Group. Tata Group. Okay, so I just defined the chart of accounts as well. Once you define the chart of accounts, again you need to, there is something known as assign company code to chart of accounts. How your system will come to know the relevant chart of accounts for your company codes TL01, TL02 and TL03. So I just need to find out the, I will go to the position and I will put TL01 as a company code. So I have 3 company codes created, company code 1, 2, 3. And what is the chart of accounts that are relevant for these 3 company codes? That is CH10. So I need to change over here to CH10. I think it will not happen. It is not happening now, but just keep it as a CAIN. Okay, we will see this thing later. But for a particular company code, you need to make the relationship between the relevant chart of accounts. Okay, so any doubts? Are you able to follow or any clarifications required here? Are you able to follow or not? Whatever I am trying to give it to you. Hello?
Yeah, that's all okay, sir. While practical only we can check.
Yeah. Okay, so it is quite easy. Means step by step you need to configure.
Yes,
There is
yes,
no much
yes.
complication, but you just need to do. You just need to see where you are, where I am doing the configuration. If you are able to observe that and follow the part, then it will be good. You will be able to configure these things.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so what I will do, I will try to stop the session till here today. Otherwise, you will get more confusion. So we can continue tomorrow from the chart of accounts creation onwards. Okay, so thanks for joining the call. We can meet tomorrow. Okay, so thank you. Bye bye. If you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow.